our YouTube live channel to talk about a very important conversation that has been embedded in our district for many different years. This is my 16th year in the district. It's my 6th year. I've had the privilege and honor to be superintendent of the schools. Before I was superintendent, I was at district office for a year and principal of Johanna Perrin Middle School. And I have to say, over the years, the heart of our district has not changed. Through the years, the Board of Education's beliefs, the ideas of brotherhood and sisterhood, of making sure that we're taking care of each other and be respectful of each other, and making sure that our core beliefs resonated this idea of preparing our students for the next phase of their life. This is an excerpt from the Board of Education's core beliefs, written in 2014, and it just speaks of this idea of brotherhood, sisterhood, which, by the way, this is our 25th year of engaging in Brotherhood and Sisterhood Week, which will be coming up in March in the next coming weeks. It's even embedded in our district goals. As my 6th year as superintendent, we have always talked about diversity. We've talked about equitable, accessible, and diverse outcomes for each and every child. It's in the vision statement that speaks to the importance of creating healthy, caring, and analytical thinkers who participate in a globally connected and diverse society. Our mission statement speaks to access and equity for all students. And it also continues to talk about creating compassionate, ethical, and contributing members of a diverse local and global community. This is nothing new in our district. It's been an ongoing conversation of making sure that our students are prepared for the next phases of their life. This idea of care, civility towards each other, having awareness of our differences, respecting each other, all the differences, and embrace each other and our differences throughout our community. Again, Brotherhood Sisterhood Week is an enduring concept that all of our students participate in, and these values, as I conclude my 16th year, are an important part of what we do here in Fairport. I need to continue to talk about, it doesn't take much to realize that we're living in bitter and highly polarizing times. One can take to social media or any news outlet just to confirm this, and where one could see others finding them at odds with their neighbors and sometimes in bitterly disagreements. The causes are real, and what is at stake is crucial for our students in the world in which we are sending them into. War, injustice, racial tension, racism, poverty, ecology, immigration, the economy, democratic principles, law and order, and civil unrest are pervasive threads. All of these, in the end, are real life and emotionally charged issues that our students of today have to grapple with well into their futures. And our primary mission is to give them critical thinking skills. Our schools are microcosms of society, and we are certainly not impervious to societal issues. Again, we are compelled to ensure that our students are equipped to be critical thinkers and make informed decisions so they can affect and positively influence our world, community, and humanity. We also want to make sure that all of our students have opportunity to do this equitably with access to high-quality programming. So our care principles, the very ones that we've been using and interacting, that's been so deeply ingrained in our schools for the past 25 years, our students need to have complete access to those ideas in our programming. We're here tonight to learn about our local history. Rochester is an incredible and amazing community, but there's a history to understand. And this is part of the Board of Education's ongoing vision and expectations for our students and our staff who are in our schools. Educating our students and our staff on this history will help us learn together and help us become better for each other and our community. The goal of this evening is to build lasting and sustainable conversations with one another in the name of social justice and equity. I speak frequently of our big rocks, curriculum and instruction, recruiting and hiring, parent and community and student involvement, professional learning, and data and policies. These big rocks were helped developed last year as we engaged in a comprehensive equity audit. We surveyed over 2,500 students, and we received close to 1,200 staff, parent, and community responses to help us hone in on our priorities. And tonight, that's all that we are doing. We are honing in on our priorities relative to curriculum and instruction, parent, community, student engagement, and professional learning, because we know we have many of our staff watching this evening as well as community members. Our Diversity Council, comprised of 55 staff, students, and community members, have been integral in helping us reinforce and refine our big rocks. Additionally, in June, Monroe County superintendents throughout our 22 school districts, component school districts, made a commitment and a pledge that together we will assess policies and practices. We will continue to do professional development on culturally responsive practices, that will participate in regional equity networks on this very subject, that will develop curriculum in conjunction with the University of Rochester Center for Urban Education and Success. We will listen to the voices of our families and our students of color, and we hear them frequently. And we will participate in student-led activities, all at the core of who we are as a district. I'm proud to be a part of these conversations, and I look forward to hearing Shane Wiegand and Gabrielle Brannigan present tonight on race and redlining in Rochester. If you have comments and questions, there was a link that was sent to you. We would ask that you use this link to fill out the Google form so we can try to do our best to answer questions as we go through the presentation. And if we don't get to them in the presentation, we'll continue this conversation. But that's what I want to also emphasize. This is an ongoing conversation. Please stay engaged, be open-minded, and walk away from this knowing that there's more conversations to be had. And I'm looking forward to introducing Kelly Weishar, who works as our equity liaison in the district, and she will be sharing and introducing our guest speakers this evening.
Thank you very much. We would like to welcome Mr. Shane Wiegand and Ms. Gabrielle Brannigan to our event tonight. The presentation they will give tonight has been given hundreds of times across Monroe County to a wide variety of audiences. We hope you will find it informative and thought-provoking. Mr. Shane Wiegand is the co-lead of the Pathstone Foundation's Anti-Racist Curriculum Project and a grade 4 teacher in Rush Henrietta Central School District. He serves on the boards of Connected Communities and City Roots Community Land Trust. He is an adjunct faculty instructor in the UMRC Department of Neurology, where he lectures, leads workshops on anti-racism and equality. He and his wife live in the Beechwood neighborhood of Rochester. Ms. Gabrielle Brannigan earned her master's in education from the University of Rochester in 2016. She is a 7th and 8th grade social studies teacher and track coach in the West Arundecoit Central School District. We welcome both of them here tonight and express our heartfelt gratitude to them for taking the time to share their presentation with us. Thank you.
Brett and Kelly, thank you so much for having us here tonight. My name is Shane Wiegand. I'm really excited to share about our project, a little bit of this history, and how we can help kids have a conversation that helps them contextualize the historic moment we're in, better understand the world, and learn the skills to think critically, draw their own conclusions about how we got here and what those steps moving forward look like. I'll turn it over to my colleague and co-teacher leader, Gabrielle Brannigan, to introduce herself.
Hello, thank you so much for having us here tonight. I am Gabrielle Brannigan, and I am a social studies teacher, and I'm so thrilled to be sharing this history and this project with everyone tonight.
The way we're going to do it is I'm going to share a little bit about our project. Gabrielle's going to talk about where we're at in this current moment here in Monroe County. I'm going to share a little bit of our history, and Gabrielle's going to close with talking about how we help kids understand this history, draw their own conclusions, and move forward in making our community a more just and equitable place for all. Thank you so much for having us tonight. It's been amazing working with teachers in Fairport and all across Monroe County with this project. It has been truly an incredible experience these last several years. The way this project began was 8 or 9 years ago. One of my fourth grade students asked me if Martin Luther King had ever come to Rochester, or if we had problems with segregation here, or racism. And I said, I have no idea. And they're like, did we have a civil rights movement? I was like, I don't know. I grew up in Webster. I never had a teacher of color. I think I sat by 2 or 3 students of color, maybe only in my senior year. And I told them that. I said, I don't know why that was. But like any good teacher, when a kid gives you a stumper, you go out and you try to find some answers. And as I started digging around, I uncovered a deep history, a rich history of people of color who have fought to make our community a more just place, a story that talks about federal, state, and local policies that help shape our community and create true Rochester communities. And along the way, I've gotten to know a number of amazing teachers like Gabrielle, who have helped take some of the research that I've had the chance to do on my own in partnership with my friends in the Beechwood neighborhood, many of the civil rights leaders that you'll see in this presentation who are still with us today, and start to learn how to tell the story, both with adult audiences and quite a bit differently when we work with kids. Our project is co-led by myself and Keisha James.
Mr. Wiegand, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think we have a little technical difficulties. We're not getting the Zoom up there.
Oh, okay. Is my screen sharing on YouTube?
Yeah, yes, it is. We-
But just take a pause here. Oh, little echo.
Yeah, my echo's back.
Am I echoing them too?
You're sounding good. They just don't hear you on the YouTube.
Where's that coming from? Okay, bring it up to. Still getting it? See, when you do it that way, it's not gonna work. Yeah, it's gonna feed back if we try to make it louder. Shane, can you talk to us again?
Yep. How am I sounding there, Brett? I'll keep going too.
You sound good to me, but I don't think they're hearing you on YouTube.
You can't hear me? Or they can?
So I'm going to stop sharing this right now.
Oh, there we go. My screen's showing now.
How about that?
How are we doing now? My voice coming through okay? Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Shane, can you give it another test?
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
I think we just got to roll with what we have. Are they hearing?
Testing. 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 Start talking. Saying just keep going, keep talking like this. Or do you want me to jump into the presentation? Just keep talking. Let's keep talking here. You know how it's going. There's a group of nice pictures on the screen here. Some teacher leaders, wonderful folks. And I don't know. They had chili for lunch. It was pretty good. There was cornbread. It was homemade. That was it. It was definitely next level lunch.
It was like what kind of chili chicken?
It was a red lentil chili, so it had a little bit of kick. Yeah, well, you know, I splashed a bit of red wine vinegar in there. Not drop salt, that acid chelate. She says to do that. She's right. I learned something. I didn't know.
I've never had red lentils. I don't think. I like
Red
beans.
lentils, they're kind of like beans, but more fun, smaller, a little more expressive on the palate.
Food is real. Food is a real experience.
So guys, just give us a moment. We appreciate your patience. Shane and Gabriel, we're just working through some more technical difficulties on this end, so thank you for your patience.
Who wants to keep talking, Brett?
No, we'll just sort of sit tight for a second because I guess that's coming out very gurgled on the other end. So
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there's like a delay even on the slides here. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Hey, you want me to keep talking, Tony? We definitely talk about lentils for a little while longer.
Shane and Gabriel, we're gonna have to reschedule you, but we're going to continue on with our curriculum components because I think that's an important part for our community to hear and understand. I think that would be our best course at this time as we monitor and adjust. Does that make sense? And we'll get you back in the wheelhouse at a later date.
Absolutely. Happy to, whatever works best for you guys, for sure.
I think so, unless we come up with some major breakthrough here, we will take that course.